Hello. So, I thought I would do a video. Oh, oops, my hair's still a little too wet. Oh well. But yeah, thought I would do a video. Been doing a lot of brainstorming. Today, nightmares still are starting to like ease up a little bit. Sleep schedules easing up a little bit. Been dealing with some anxiety and stuff, but like to most people, you know, that ain't a problem. Like that ain't an issue and stuff. Like, ooh, people talk, people tell other people things, just the fact that I'm more like apt to say something to somebody, like when I'm like being anxious than like when I'm not anxious. Like I don't talk as much and I keep things more to myself, and like I really ain't anybody's business, but some people like get offended. They're like, you normally don't talk. Like, so the fact that you are means you're trying to like cause a problem or something. Is like, no, just sometimes I'm more apt to like say what's on my mind or communicate with other people than I am when I don't have anxiety. That is a me thing, not a you thing. Because sometimes I say stuff and I'm like, wait, what's the purpose of this? Like, and so I have to look back through and be like, okay, this is like gonna get misconstrued, or like, it's gonna bother somebody, or like, like whether or not someone's your friend or not, like that kind of thing. So, it's as simple as that. I had somebody a couple weeks ago, like, they posted a topic that I was actually talking about at the time. I was talking about when Rome split from monarchy to like having a king, like, and then that, they have like the No Kings protest here recently. So like, I was like, ooh, someone's talking about like monarchies and stuff. And I mean, I've liked that subject since I was a kid, and I happened to like, be making some points, have made some points about like, the two type of known, like, neural things where like ADHD is a normal type of, is like the norm. Like, you've got people who can either have like, so you've got a normal brain that functions in a normal way, has, the proneness to intellectual disability, making psychiatric services a thing, making psychology a thing. Like, that is the reason why that science is there, is because the ADHD brain, the normal brain, is normal. And then you have the autistic brain that, makes one immune to psychiatric disorders. But by default, they need, like, to be learned and understand what psychiatric services is and stuff, to function in the normal world. Like, and, I'll just tack this on there because it is totally a thing. It's, very rare. But those are the two types of brain. And so, like, someone posted about Rome and the beginning of it and all this stuff, and I was like, it's really interesting. And I went in to talk about it, and I was like, the two seats, like the two consoles, because I didn't just go, like America, when America started, like, it wasn't just like, oh, we have, George Washington's the president, we have all this stuff. Like, there was several presidents before George Washington. you know, there was different, you know, most people know this, but, you know, it was really detailed. Like, there was really a whole bunch of different, like, um, you know, United States, or, you know, like there was different government forms and stuff, like before, not forms, but different governments before, um, you know, who came the United States and stuff. Just like there, you know, most people know there was all these different flags, and so, you know, same thing. So, you know, when they immediately went from the king to the next thing was two consuls, and that's based on the two types of brains and stuff, because lots of stuff is based on that. That's why medicine is so confusing in general. It's because, like, people are not just straight, you know, like everything's not the same way. And the thing is like most people, you know, like I explained, is like my sister, you know, became disabled, intellectually disabled before she could talk, as a baby. And the fact that she is intellectually disabled, you know that she doesn't have the autistic brain, because the autistic brain does not become intellectually disabled and her still be able to make sounds and move around and bounce and reach and grab and stuff. If that had happened to me, I would either died or become a vegetable. Like that's the two things. Or become a vegetable and then died. Like, that's how that works. Well, I didn't have all my, you know, wording and thoughts together and stuff. And someone said I was trying to pick a fight with them when I commented on their post. Someone that said that they were my friend and stuff. And I was like, okay. I mean, like, that's actually why I'm in school for communications, is because, like, I'm really aware of when, you know, like, people like that are just, like, struck dumb is what it is, you know, is making him look bad in front of his friends. And it's like, I am more intelligent and more aware, like, and studied and everything than the person that you're posting about, but you're worried that I'm gonna make you look bad. That's ADHD. That means that he can't read. That means that he has a reading level under 6th grade. Because, like, he doesn't understand the concept of intelligence. He didn't have, you know, that is a personality disorder, but that is also, like, why religion is a thing, is because, like, you know, and faith is a thing, is because you're supposed to, like, be able to look for certain signals and stuff. And, you know, like, he hasn't done the work, you know, not about the topic we were talking about, but on who, like, he can, you know, when somebody is able to, like, reason out and stuff. And that's how someone like that is diagnosable with a personality disorder, is because, like, you know, his immediate reaction to was to, like, start attacking me and talking down to me. And, you know, he pretends he's like, I'm a kid, you know, and it's like, that's not what that is. Like, kids are not, like, I was never like that, like, in my entire life. Like, he don't even know what a personality disorder is. He can't recognize it. You know, so, like, that's totally a thing, when people who have, like, severe psychological problems, is often enough, they can't recognize it. Like, often enough, somebody with a personality disorder cannot recognize that when other people have personality disorders. So they have this whole thing about how to explain the world, how it works, and everything around them. And, like, their reasoning and sources and stuff like that, because they don't have fundamental access to, like, science. They do for, like, physical science, but once it gets to a certain point, there's a breakdown. It starts to not make sense anymore, because it starts to goes against their own reasoning. So that is the reason why they're like, you know, you're functionally illiterate if you can't read past a 6th grade level. It's because once you get to that level, it starts to break down because it starts to hit your, you know, your feelings and stuff, and what you know, your belief system, that's the right word. So that's how to read. I've working right now on like trying to find peace within myself, because like, and talking it over with a friend of how to get a vehicle, and like what are my options, what's realistic, what I'm gonna have to do. And so I am making the decision, and I'm not gonna say what, like, really, you know, there's a couple places, but I'm like, okay, so I definitely am gonna try to get a job at one of these restaurants here close by. I'm not sure how long that's going to be or how long it's going to take me. I think I'm going to have some stuff to do around the house, and some emotional work and a little bit more watching, so I'm aware of my own schedule and like will feel secure with myself before I get back to work, because it's scary. And also, like, I just passed my birthday, so I have to give a little bit more time. Let me get my self-esteem up and stuff. Is still kind of dipping down, kind of low within the month and whatnot. So, but I worked it out. So hopefully it's okay. Without working, I should, whether I get a job or not, I should have a car by warm weather next year. So my goal is to work and then have like I'm gonna just go get like a normal good car. I've looked, and there's some, kind of pisses me off because there's actually some really good deals on houses and vehicles right now. So hopefully that stays the same way for the next year and whatnot. But I can get something that is reliable, that I'll have for a long time. I'm not going to be like doing delivery work anymore, which is also awesome because I never really liked doing that in the first place. So, but also my attention is wild. So, you know, what it is I'm kind of slow. You know, like once I get trained, like I have to be thoroughly trained, and that's my job. Like, you know, as long as I can train with somebody who doesn't mind me asking questions and stuff, and, you know, even better if they're a good trainer, like, if they're a thorough trainer. But if they're not, like, as long as they don't mind me asking questions, it won't be a problem. But, once I get in there, and then I can kind of like, you know, like I don't even have the social anxiety that I used to have when I was younger, because that like literally comes along with like being more okay with myself and stuff. And that took a long time because of just work in general. Like, you know, growing up, I had to do a lot of, you know, go here, do this, that kind of stuff. So I didn't have to think much about it. You know, like it was more of like someone asked me a question, and I answered, you know, but as an adult, like I was like, I'm a person, you know, like I can do things, like I can, you know, state my will, you know, pass along information and stuff like that, you know. So there'll be times when I hear a conversation and I want to interject some information or comment or something like that. And, you know, that responsibility and stuff that comes along with that is much different, you know, like just that's part of life, you know, that it's not that I didn't have access to that as a kid and as a teenager and stuff. I just didn't, because I was so focused on my inner experience. So, you know, which is in reality all really very normal. But it kind of makes me like living life along a path kind of thing. But I don't seem like I'm gonna have any kind of like large problems and stuff. Like everything seems like, be pretty simple now that I've emotionally accepted, that like, and kind of oriented myself. Because, like I said, like my birthday always gives me a bit of PTSD. Like, I get PTSD every single fucking October, so that's not fun. But it is totally a thing. And it's not every single October. It's like every October, like in the past several years, because of what I've been dealing with. And that used to happen to me, like, when I was a teenager. I used to get like that every single spring because I had something traumatic happen when I was like 13 in the springtime. So, like, until I was like 18 years old, every springtime I would like get PTSD. Now it's around my birthday because of some of the things that have happened on my birthday, like back to back to back. And like it sticks, like it really does. It's not like bipolar PTSD or I like become mentally disabled, but I always have like some behavioral problems. I have some like some heavy dissociative problems, emotional problems, or whatever, and have to like reach out to friends, talk it through, work it out, and stuff like that. So it just happens to correlate with like all my hospital stuff during the summertime, and also my birthday being right there at the beginning of October, and so. And now the holidays are coming up, the holiday season, and I really have always liked working during the holiday season and stuff. I like how busy and active. I like the cold weather. Speaking of that, I'm not gonna like walking to work in the cold weather, but I have prepared for that, so because I'm crazy, but like or a soccer mom, but so I've got all the clothing and stuff like that for like I won't have any problems, and like the restaurants aren't far enough away, like between 3 or 4 fast food restaurants that are right around me. Like I should be able to get a full-time position at one of them. I just can't imagine not, especially going in there and being like, hey, give me a job. So that's what I plan on doing. Not exactly like that, but I'm just going to go in and talk to some people and see exactly what the best position is. I've had many different jobs in restaurants and stuff, and I've cooked, I've cleaned, I've run cashier, I've done assistant manager duties. So it's like I don't feel secure enough to do any kind of management stuff. I don't want to put that on myself right now. It's been a long time since I've been out of work, but I want to find something that pays good and has got hours, because like that's totally a thing too. It's like, working 40 hours 1 week and then the next week only having 15 hours, like, so one of them should have a position, hopefully, that will give me steady hours, so I can make, a decent amount. Most of the fast food places pay okay, like over $12 an hour nowadays. So I think that's pretty good to be in the situation that I'm in, and with like what I've got going out and coming in financially, and to be able to purchase a car and get back on the road, but also to like keep a life, because I can't go work in a warehouse. Like that's too much for me. Like I can't do it. So I cannot be working 12 hours a day, 5 days a week. Like my body won't take it, even though I want to. Like I would, like, yeah, it's not good for my psyche. My face is itching right here. So I think I just spit all that out. Yeah. I'm excited. Like I saw, like, you know, cars come and go often in the uh, I got some cleaning stuff for my blinds too. I know they look terrible, but like I saw a Ford Escape, maybe it was a Ford SUV. I don't remember if it was an Explorer. I don't think it was an Explorer. I think it might have been an Escape, but it was 11,000. It was a 2018 and had like 104,000 miles on it, and that is great. Like I would love to have a Toyota or a Honda, Toyota, Toyota, Toyota or a Honda, but I really would like some type of SUV, and I cannot afford a Honda or a Toyota SUV anytime soon. So I did see, man, it was nice too. Like it was like a champagne color too, which I'm a fan of, like the champagne and tan and um, brown colors of cars. Like everybody know has white and black and silver cars, and I've had those too. And I don't like red or blues, so I was like, ooh, it's inexpensive. It doesn't, you know, it only has like 100 something thousand miles on it, and it's an SUV, and it's brown. Like I was like, that would be ideal. But I'm sure, you know, like I'll get the money saved up and then be like, um, you know, be able to wait. Like the longer I wait, just the more money, you know, like I'll put towards the vehicle. So as long as I get it um, all fixed by summer next time, because I also have to have an air condition fixed then. So but the car costs all like matched the colors in this shirt too. I thought that was really neat. But yeah, so all that information is pretty stable. Um, you know, and it gave me the idea to like I just said, you know, when it comes down to it, like I'll be able to like, you know, be like, okay, so I've got this couple $1,000 saved up, leaning more towards like 4 or 5 thousand because I'm weird. If I can have it, I may, you know, if I see something before then and they'll give it to me, I'll, you know, go ahead and take it. But I don't have like super good credit or anything, and yeah, all that's the thing. So I'm like hoping that I could, you know, just get up like half of it and then be like, here, please give me a car. So, but yeah, I'm looking at under 11,000, like, you know, so, and the fact that I might be able to do that is really awesome, or, you know, we'll be doing that. Because there's absolutely no reason, if, you know, I've been on my job for 6 months by that time and have 4 or 5 thousand saved up, that I shouldn't just go ahead and go get, you know, a newer car, like a nicer car, so it'll last longer, and also peace of mind. So I know that there's like what, you know, that there's nothing wrong with it, and that it's got decent tires on it, that I don't immediately have to go have some work done on it. And also I don't have to deal with like, you know, going all over the place. I can just keep my eye on these couple places, you know, like on car lots and stuff, and be like, oh, you know. And so no matter what it is, even if I do have to get something, if the market goes crazy and I have to get like a Kia Soul or something, you know, they're only like $8,000. Like that's nothing. Like technically, you know, I could have that paid off in a year. So, because I'm an idiot and don't like bills. Oh, that's about why I don't have credit. So, um, but it'll just be really nice to, I have some other bills that I'm going to end up having to pay, and my school loans and stuff like that, so it's not too big of a thing that I want to pay a car off, like, or, you know, get something that works out pretty well, and, you know, that's newer than a 2015, 2016. Like I want something that's like that onward, you know, as inexpensive as I can get. So, I don't need to be going backwards. You know, I saw today a car, or yesterday, it was like $1,200, but it was like a 98. And like the car that I had that was a Honda CRV that died was a 99. And I'm like, you know, I just can't do that. Like, I cannot get something that's that old. Like, I would rather walk in the cold for the next 3 months than get something that is that old. Like, I don't care what good a condition it is in it or anything. Like, um, that just doesn't make any sense to me. That sounds really stupid. So, like the hassle and trouble of getting rid of that car once I get something else is like it's worth it to me just to walk. So that's what I'm gonna do. I've worked really hard to get all this organized and stuff and get everything moved around and organized and learned where everything is in order to be able to live like this. So, I'm hoping everything works out, hoping my health stays decent, hoping the anxiety stays down. Is definitely been a problem here lately. Definitely, I'm not having any alcoholic beverages anymore. That was fun. Like, I had no problems with it, but it just lingered way too long. But that's new. Like, I didn't have any kind of seizure activity or anything, but like, I can definitely tell that, you know, I have the neurological like hangover that started, probably. It's not, I don't know. It's weird because it's not normal hangovers, but like I said, I get anxiety and stuff that like goes in waves and stuff throughout the whole entire next like following week, and just after a couple beers, and that started happening to me in my late 20s. It's hormonal, but like the antidepressant didn't quench it out. And so technically I should go and be like, oh, I need a higher antidepressant or whatever. And I'm not willing to do that. So I just not drink, like, because I don't have any kind of problem with not drinking or anything. Like, who wants to feel like shit all the time? And it doesn't create any kind of, yeah, pros and cons. It's not really a big deal. So, takes me out of myself anyways. So, I mean, you know, like, I get really creative during that period of time. That is a neat positive, but it's still something like where you have to like dose a lot, like, and I'm not willing to become an alcoholic. Because over time, because diabetes does run in my family, so like there's other reasons why I'm like, you know, weight gain, diabetes, liver problems, stuff like that. So I'm just like, you know, my body is like, you know, doing some crazy stuff just from the small amounts of drinks that I've had. I'm like, nah. So yeah. That is me, you know, that is how my system is working, but, ooh, yeah, still super happy that it's not super hot. I really hope, I'm going to be doing so much cleaning and stuff throughout the holidays when I go to get like, I'm actually think I might put up a Christmas tree this year and put up some decorations and move some stuff around because it's about that time now that I'm on the other side of my health stuff. So I'm going to be getting rid of a bunch of stuff, going through stuff, repacking stuff up, organizing and stuff like that. And figuring out the employment situation while I do that. So I'm open to suggestions. There's not many, like, because, like, I've thought pretty clearly about stuff, and I'm like, you know, I have to have something that's reliable, and also I don't have a vehicle, and you know, so that leaves me kind of limited unless somebody wants me to come stay with them and go to work with them. So, which I'm open to depending on, of course, who you are. Also, up for adoption. I come with my own blanket and pillow. Not this one. These are pretty though. They're actually not new pillows. They're I just got some new covers for them because the other ones are like really hideous. I got them in like a bad Santa thing about 10 years ago, but these covers were not very expensive at all, and I was like, ooh, makes me happy. So, but I am looking forward mostly to doing some cleaning. I've got a steam cleaner I'm going to utilize. I've got all my bug spray and traps to put out. I've got new laundry detergent. I've got stuff to wipe down and clean. I've just been like collecting specific cleaning supplies and tools and stuff for like the last year and haven't done anything. And I'm like, I've got it all together now. So even if somebody wants to come sit with me while I clean, like, you're more than welcome to do that depending on who you are. Yep. Hope everybody has a good evening and a good rest of the week.